Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And welcome to vlog number 27. Woohoo! Almost at 30. So, this week I'm going to continue on coloring from the Advent calendar. I think this is what I'm going to do for December. It's a nice little break for me. I do have to log on every day, but it feels like a break, just being able to talk for little snippets. I will try to talk a little longer this week because we only went an hour. Well, an hour and 5 minutes last week. So over the weekend I did 5 and 6. So this is 5 here with the Christmas bauble, and then we did 6 with the Christmas letters. And so today we're going to be doing the candy cane, which is just a short one, so we won't be here for very long today. But I've got out my colors, and I've only got 3 this time. And yeah, let's get started. Yeah, since I mentioned Christmas cards there, I wondered how many of you still send Christmas cards. Last year was the first year I didn't, and we only got 1 card in the mail. So my thing is that, see, I was always sending out Christmas cards, and it seemed like I was getting them back because I had sent one. But that didn't bother me. It was like, you know, let them do them and I'll do me, because I grew up in an era of writing letters. I had a pen pal for a couple of years when I was about 12 to 13. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but I do know she was from Kentucky, and that, to me, living in Ontario, Canada, Kentucky sounded like such an exotic place. The things that she told me. You know what? I need one more color for this. Let's get a blue. I just noticed something that I hadn't noticed before. And I also had pen pals in my cousins who all lived in England. And I wrote to a couple of them. No, is this going to be too big for the stars? I don't know if I'm liking that. Yeah, that's, well, they're not all that small. Let's try it on a bigger one. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. Let's make sure I cover up the black line or else it looks silly. So yes, I wrote letters constantly to my cousins throughout the 80s. And we would do things like send each other comic books, magazines, and especially every letter contained a mixtape of the top 10 songs of our countries. Plus then we filled up the tape with all sorts of other music that we were liking. And didn't know if we tried to pick stuff that we didn't think they had there. And this one has our number 7 on it. Yeah, so I've always done Christmas letters. And then, like I said, last year I stopped, and I'm not sending out any this year because nobody sent me any last year except for the one person, and I'm pretty sure they won't send me this year because I didn't send them last year. It's just too expensive. Like, all my people, the majority of my people is my family, and they all live in England. Though, tell you the truth, I'd probably only send it to to one, my Uncle Peter and Aunt Jane. Because everybody else has passed away. And I don't know my cousins well enough to send them cards. It costs over $2 to mail a letter to England from here. I mean, that's just ridiculous. They're making people not use the mail system. Is that what they want? Should they not be trying to get customers? Are they not a business? And Canada Post has made a profit last year. It was all over in the news about how they made this huge profit last year, and that's because they're they're charging a fortune for their services. So I'll tell you what I've used so far. This was a Winston & Newton Pro Marker in the metallic gold. And then my gel pens were, here, let me show you that so I don't have to zoom out. So Winsor & Newton Pro Marker metallic gold. And my gel pens were in art in red. They don't have any names or numbers. And this one is a random one that I got from somewhere. Oh, here we go. It's a pen and gear. I really like the pen and gears. And I don't think that, well, obviously Walmart sells them because I got that. But I don't think they sell them regularly because they don't sell any of Pen and Gear's stuff that you guys get. Well, I shouldn't say you guys because I have people from all over the world watching me, not just Americans. So there's probably most of you are Americans. Well, what is it you guys get from Pen and Gear that I wish we had? Oh yes, the permanent markers. Would love it if we got those. I did get a set once. It was just on the clearance. Never seen it actually for sale in the store. And it wasn't a real set. It was I think it was a 24 case, and it had 12 blacks, and then the other 12 were made up of like 3 reds, greens, blue, and there was like 3 of them. Orange, there was an orange. So there was 3 of a couple, and then there was just singles of some other colors. So yeah. At least I got to try them out. They were okay. I'd use them if we had them here because the price would be reasonable. I can't even find the big markers in the store except for at Michael's, and they want as much as they want on it. Amazon. And I'd rather give my money to some Amazon seller than to Michael's. Michael's Canada is like the biggest price gouger ever. They just like look at what the American price is and double it or triple it. I mean, if Michael's Canada sells a product, it is like at least half off at Amazon. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do for this one. Oh, got a few dots down here. So, we didn't talk for that long, but what does my timer say? Oh, that does. Okay, so we've almost made 10 minutes, so that's decent enough. If I do 10 minutes or 5 days, that's 50 minutes. I better do more than that. Let's take a look at what number 7 is, and I'll tell you what the pen is that I was just using. We just did 7, so we want 8. Oh, good, the Matryoshka doll. I love those. It's Matryoshka, I do not think is exactly what it's called, but it's kind of like that. I get my oi in the wrong place, I think, but I call them Matryoshka dolls. So that'll be fun, and that'll have lots of color on it. So this last pen that I used was a Enquiries by Sakura. Now this is a lot like the Jelly Rolls in that it has the thick ink coming out, but it's also opaque, and it is a little bit 3D dimensional, like a glaze, except maybe, yeah, no, it's got more dimension to it than a glaze. So yeah, nice pens, but they're expensive here in Canada. They are now, not when I originally bought those. I've had those for like about 7 or 8 years. Oh, you know what? Let's just go over that a little bit because I left some white spaces. As I said last time, it's hard to make sure you get everywhere because you can't totally see with the glitter. I don't know how people color whole pages in glitter. I would never be able to do that. Especially after doing this and seeing how much the glitter affects what you can see. Well, and the dragon, of course. You do have to keep looking over what you're doing to make sure you haven't missed any spots. There we go. Much better. Looks good. Alright, so there's the candy cane, and tomorrow we will be coming up with the Matryoshka doll. So thanks for joining me while I colored my Inky Advent Calendar by Joanna Basford. And we will see you tomorrow. So in the meantime, you'll just have a second until I come back and I've got a whole day. Hello, I am back, and today is the next day, Tuesday, and it is 12:30 p.m. So I am doing good today. I'm actually filming in the afternoon instead of the evening. So go me. So welcome to the mess that is me. I thought I would just not clear my desk off, but actually show you what it looks like when I'm working. And I also thought that today could be our last picture I did, whips and, well, I was going to say whips in progress, yeah, whips and what's coming up. So, first of all, where should we start? No, I will show you the things on my desk that you can't see. So off to one side here I have the pencils that I am using so far in one of the whips I'm working on. I have a, I'm not going to lift it up, but I have a cup of Dr. Pepper. I have 2 comb sharpeners. I have my brush. I have my pencil case that has my things I use all the time in it. My mouse, I'm not going to lift that up. My pencil shavings. And that's it. There's stuff further back there, but I'm not using those. So, yeah, these are my Prismas. They're what I'm currently using. And this is my swatch book. Oh, I opened right to the Prismas. So there's my Prisma. Get it under the camera. Yeah, there's my Prisma swatches. Okay, so what have I been working on? The last picture that I did was in the Christmas and Travel Mosaics, and I did this one. I'll put it down. There you go. That's the one that I did. I'm working in order in this book, so these ones have been done, and this was the next one, so I did it. I think it turned out really nice. I am currently working on 2 things here. So this one I was working on, but I was working on it last night. And the last thing I have to do is I'm going to use gouache, my Jelly Cup gouache. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to use it for the background, and hopefully it doesn't wreck everything. So that's almost finished. And then what I'm working on right now, until I feel like getting out the gouache, is I'm working in Joanna Basford's Christmas book, and this is the picture that I'm currently working on. So I'm having fun with that. And now let's have some fun with our Inky Advent calendar. It is day 8, and day 8 is what I am calling a Matryoshka doll. Not quite sure if I have that word right, but it's something like that. So I didn't get my pens out in advance for this one because I figured, let's put this up a little bit and make sure that we're zoomed in on the Matryoshka. Let's get you straight. Is that straight? Yeah. So we'll zoom in, make sure we're zoomed in on her. So yeah, you'll have to excuse my nails. My nail polish is falling off, and I'm just not in the mood to do them right now, so might be a couple more days. It's not like I have anywhere to go. So I didn't get my gel pens out for that one because I just figured that she was going to be a lot of different colors. And I don't have a color to do her face, so I figured I would use the cream Prisma since I have it out. And it will just stop it from being white. So I'll do that. And then I can use a black pen to put the eyes and mouth back on. It should work. Oops, I am clicking on my mouse and making it do all sorts of things, so let's just get that out of the way. Well, it's going to be on screen no matter what I do. Oh, I put it up here. Okay, so we'll leave us alone. Now, let's use the Sharpie to go back over those eyes and the mouth. There we go. Good as new. So, that hair, I guess I do have some browns. This one looks like it's brown. Yeah, okay, so we'll give her some brown hair. And I will just start working on this. So, what have you been up to today? I slept in late because I had to get up and go to the bathroom 2 times last night. So I didn't get up until 7:45, which is like 3 hours early. 3 hours late for me. I guess I'll leave my colors out. Red. So yeah, I was up earlier. Oh, why do I keep saying earlier? I was up much later, so my day has felt like it's short. I can't believe it's after lunch already, and I still have this filming to do. So I have to film. I'm filming this, and then when I'm done filming this, I will have to clean off my table space because I am going to film a tag that I was tagged in. The 10 books to finish in 2021. So I picked out those books that I intend to finish. I hardly finished anything this year. I think I finished 3. Okay, well, that's better than a kick in the pants, isn't it? I finished 3. One of them was a book that I'd worked on for a year and a half, so that was that. Oh, what was it called? I can't think of the name of the magazine now. One of the Penny Press magazine that I worked in. I'm working on Flying Colors now, and Lisa at Color My Way and I are working on that magazine as a buddy color. The general rule, unless one of us wants to change it 1 month, is to do 2 pages out of that book a month. And they're all mandalas, so it's not that complicated. Most of them are you know, not simple, but not too hard. And then there are a few that are quite intricate. The one I have to work on now is an intricate one. The first one was easy, but unfortunately I wrecked it because I fell asleep while I was coloring. Yes, the dreaded sleeping colorist did come again, and scribbled all over the page, the top part of it. So you've got your mandala here, and this top part here has scribbling all over it, and then it went up here into the like background of the mandala. So what I did to fix that was, I hope this is yellow and not gold. Yeah, it'll work for yellow. So what I did for that was I used a paint pen and colored in the background so that you wouldn't see the scribbling on the top. There's nothing I can do to stop the scribbling from appearing in the mandala. It's so colorful and stuff, it takes a minute or two of looking at before you see it. Then I think we'll get some green in there, and then those are the colors we will go with. Yeah, so there's that. And I watched my first lesson of the master course from Coloring Book Cafe. It was very basic, just about supplies and stuff, but it did convince me that now was the time to get a fixative for my pages, because I just have one that, well, I do have one, but it stinks to high heaven, and I am not making my way all the way downstairs, walking through the house, and opening up the patio doors to get into the backyard to spray it outside. There's just no way I'm going to do that. I can't count on being able to walk down the stairs in the first place. But yes, I did. But I was really surprised because the person who's narrating the course is what's her name? Rachel from The Pencil Stash, I believe is her channel. Yeah, I watch her anyways. So that's kind of fun. It's a familiar voice. And so even though they told you about, what color should I do? Blue, I guess. So even though they told you about just about the supplies that you needed, they did give you a coloring page at the end to work on, and I saved it, but I didn't. Oh, we'll go with the blue there too. I saved it, but I didn't work on it because I'm working on a zillion things here as it is. Okay, not a zillion, 4 or 5. But I like having this going. It's nice. I wish I had a little thing to color every day. Alrighty, so now I'm thinking to go with the yellow and those things around there, and maybe do the circles in them blue and the circles that are by themselves red. But I haven't used green. Maybe do green? Okay, we'll try it. So let's see what happened next in my day. Yeah, so once it was up and everything done that was getting up, I came into the art room, I guess we call it. And now, see, what I'm going to do is going to color those ones in there green. And then the ones that are by themselves, like this next one, are going to be red. Alright, we'll go around like that. So then I came down here and checked in with all my social media, uploaded a couple of pictures to Instagram, into my groups, and then I sat down and started working on the Joanna Bastard picture. Last night I had colored the stump, so I went on with working on it this morning, and there wasn't really anything to watch on YouTube, so I went to a true crime group that I belong to and watched a couple of episodes that he had posted of shows that had aired recently. And one of the episodes was for Evil Lives Here. Now, I remember watching that a few years ago and really enjoying it, and I really enjoyed this episode. It was about Betty Lou Bean. She's like this psycho woman who murdered two of her husbands and made two of her kids help. And then she blamed it on them when she got found out. So the daughter says she needed help and that, she should have gotten help instead of it getting this far and her doing that. But yeah, I think, that may be so, but lots of people have mental problems and don't go around killing people. There's much more to her mental case than just, needing some outside help. She was a social, I don't know, I forget what the actual definition of psychopath and sociopath is, but I think she was a psychopath because she didn't have anything to do with society. It was just in her own little thing, and I'm at the point where I'm starting to not know what I'm talking about. So there she is, and I think she looks pretty. And I don't have really anything else to say. Well, I'll just finish off the thought that I was saying. So I watched that episode of Evil Lives Here, and I think it's called TV Time. I use an app which tracks all the episodes of TV shows that I watch. And so I went to that to look back and see what I had watched of it. And I had watched up to the end of, I had watched season 1 to 6. So it started with season 7, and I'm going to watch 7 and 8. And 8 was aired in August and September of this year. So it's still a current show. So I'll watch those 2 episodes, and then I don't know what I'm going to watch next. So I think I will close off, and we will be meeting again tomorrow, so there's no need for us to oh gosh, My words are not coming today. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. And hopefully I will be able to log on at a decent time again, because this was nice logging in at lunchtime. So I'm going to toodaloo and ta-ra to you until tomorrow. Right at ya. Hello. Here we are on Wednesday, December the 8th. So I'm going to be coloring my advent calendar again. Number 8 is a picture of holly and mistletoe. But first, I just wanted to show you my current WIP that I'm working on today. And this is from Christmas to Color by Mary Tanana. Tanana, as in banana. I always have to remember that. Mary Tanana. And this is a lovely book. I really like it. It's a lot like Joanna Basford's Christmas book. A little bit more, I don't know if I want to say Zen doodly, but just more patterned things, which you do or don't have to do. So I'm really enjoying working on this page. I usually don't do pages with words on them, but I seem to be doing them more and more often because I like the picture on them. So it's just kind of at the end they do the words, you know, because they have to be done. But I really like the pictures on here. I love coloring in leaves, and it's pretty much all leaves and trees around here, a couple of flowers, a couple of mandalas. And yeah, I'm really enjoying coloring that. I'm also coloring with a bunch of colors at the same time. I'm using my Derwent Color Softs, and here I'll show you one. Here's a Derwent Color Soft in the color Yellow Green. I really enjoy those pencils. I am also using the Faber Castell Gold Faber pencils. The pencils just have numbers on them. This is 166. But if you go to the website, you can find out the names of the colors. So they're on my swatch chart. And I really like those too. They are a soft core pencil from Faber-Castell. And then finally I'm using the Faber-Castell Black Edition. These don't have numbers or names on them. In fact, they don't even say Black Edition on them. They just say Faber-Castell, and so I've numbered and swatched them all myself. So those are the 3 pencils that I'm using to complete that picture, because I wanted to use some of my smaller sets, as those are sets of 72, 48, and 36. And if I combine them, I can get the greens together. Though I'm managing so far to only use these and just keep this separate. These are the 3 I'm using right now, so I've only used this many so far because I don't want to use too many, but you know, gotta make them match and stuff. Just excuse me while I have a sip of my drink, and I'll put it over here. So let's get to the picture. We are doing 9 right here. Well, that's not straight, is it? Looks like my camera got wonked out of place. I will try to remember. Just let me do a teeny little movement of the tripod, and that looks like it has straightened it up. Good. Alright, so let's zoom on in to number 9, and we will start coloring. So I've got all my colors out here on the side, but one of the first things that I want to do is, you may recall last week that my pen just randomly made this yellow line up here, and it's driving me crazy, so I'm going to go over it with Posca, white Posca, and hopefully Yeah, I need to give it a better shake. Just getting kind of water out of that. There we go. So, yeah. Coloring gel pen doesn't quite work the same as coloring pencil, but yeah, that's much better to have to look at than that yellow line. Oh. So we'll see if it's less visible when it dries. All right, now we'll zoom in down into number 9. So I'm going to use these as my alternating. I'm going to use 2 colors, a light and a dark here, to color the, I believe this is holly and this is mistletoe, and they're tied together with a ribbon, is my take on this. So we'll use a couple of colors to color the mistletoe leaves, which I guess, no, sorry, this is the holly leaves here. So, I think I pretty much said everything I have to say yesterday. So I'm kind of feeling like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So I thought I would do this little tag that my sister posted to her Facebook this morning. Now, I don't read Facebook. I only go to the groups section, but of course, one must read one's sister's Facebook. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, she placed this one little note saying that she was sick and tired of political messages, and let's do something that is fun. So she put out this tag. So the first thing on it is your age backwards, and my age backwards is 25. Woohoo! Just a young thing. 25 is not the perfect age, though. If I had to, I wouldn't go back to age 25. For me, I think the best age is 32. I don't know why 32 and not 33, but I don't know. It's just close enough to 30 that you still feel like you're 30. And if you're a playful, fun type of person, you will still feel young enough to do those things that you did in your 20s. Not to the excess that you did them then, but you can still go out and party and dance. And, well, I'm talking about myself here. Always been one who loved going to the bars and just dancing all night. And, you know, I would drink more, probably more than my fair share, but a drink could also last me a long time if there was a run of good songs in a row. Now what color should this one be? I guess the dark one is going to fit in best there. So, yeah, I'm going to say 32 for me. There's other reasons too, but I don't want to spend the whole, I want to get the tag done. So next one is steak or seafood. I actually don't like either. I don't like seafood at all, so that's not going to be a choice. And if I was going for meat, and if I had to pick my favorite meat, it would be prime rib. A prime rib roast. That would be my favorite type of meat. But if I had to pick between steak and seafood, like if somebody kidnapped me and I was in a cement cellar and I was locked in a room and my choice was between the spiders that I found crawling around or steak, I would have the steak. So next is Italian or Chinese. I like both of those. Unfortunately, I cannot eat either of those. I can have some very simple Chinese dishes, but when it comes back to the time when I could eat food without it making me sick, I liked Italian food a lot. A very much lot. But now pasta just makes me ill. And those were the dishes that I liked the most. Okay, so those ones are used. I wanted to use some other greens on these leaves, so I got this one out to do here, and then we'll have to see what happens with those ones. So, for the one that I like the most, it's going to be Italian. Come on, let's get some ink out of you there. Pepsi or Coke, between those two, my favorite is Coke Zero. I don't really like any other Coke products. And in the same thing, I can drink Pepsi too, but I don't like the Pepsi Zero. I like Diet Pepsi. Chocolate or vanilla, it is vanilla all the way for me. I love chocolate, real chocolate. I do not like anything that is chocolate flavored. How many tattoos? I have one. I have a Celtic cross on my ankle. Have I ever hit a deer? Well, I don't drive, but I have been in the car while my dad hit various animals, and one of them was a deer. Netflix or Hallmark? Since I'm definitely, that is a no-brainer for me. Hallmark is like, gag me with a spoon. But Netflix is yes. Good stuff on there. Hallmark does not make very many serial killer movies. And if they do, maybe you could let me know because I'm missing out on something. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back to the light green to do the leaves on this one. So the next one is last text from. Okay, so I don't text anybody. I do use private messaging on the various social media platforms, and you know, it's called different things on different sites, but I think private messaging kind of covers it so that you know what it means. And my last private message was from a fellow YouTuber here with Ren Kelly, and yeah, so that was I don't know if it was the last one sent, but it was the last one I read, so I'm going with that. My favorite season is autumn by a long shot. I like spring and I like summer. As I like any season that doesn't have snow, but when it comes right down to it, autumn is the perfect season for me. It's sweater weather, and that's when I'm at my happiest with being outdoors. Broken bones? Nope, I haven't had a broken bone. Would I rather go to the beach or the mountains? Well, I lived in the Rocky Mountains once, and now I live in Ontario where there are plenty of beaches since we are on the Great Lakes. And my answer is a 100% beach. I just absolutely love swimming in the water at lakes and lake water. I do not like ocean water. I don't like waves. I don't like salt. I don't like tides. So like no sea or ocean swimming for me. If it's fresh water, then I will swim in it, and I love it. I actually don't swim very well. I do know how to, but I'm a very, very weak swimmer. Oh, we're going to need the dark one. I'm a very weak swimmer, so what I like to do is I take my noodle, my foam noodle, and yes, I have my very own, and I go out there and I float around on my tummy, and then when I'm finished doing that, I can lay on my back on my own, and I especially love it if it's not a busy day and, you know, there's not very many people there. Then you can just lay on your back and float and not worry about bumping into somebody. Dogs or cats, and as you all know, if you've watched me for any period of time, that it's not going to be dogs. So cats. Am I an early morning person? Now, I'm hoping this will be able to get some ink out. I know that mistletoe berries are kind of a white with maybe a tint of green on them. So I found this light, quite light green that I'm hoping to get some ink out of because it's not working too well on my testing page. Yeah, it's coming out. Early morning person, yes, extremely. I usually get up between 4 and 6. If I get up between 6 and 7, I consider that sleeping in. Surgeries, oh boy, yeah, I had a lot. I had one when I was a kid, tonsillectomy, and then as a grown-up, I've had exploratory surgery. I've had a hernia removed or taken care of. It was an abdominal hernia. I had bariatric surgery, and I had extensive plastic surgery. So, yes. Now I was going to use gold. This is more of a copper, I think. Yeah, just let me see if I can find a better copper. What's the next one while we're here? My favorite color is lime green. Here, this looks like gold. Yes. So I'm going to do the ribbon in the gold. Just let me pull this down a little bit more. Have you ever flown on a plane? And as somebody else answered this question that I saw, unfortunately, no, but I have flown in a plane numerous times. And as far as I'm concerned, I have done my life's worth of planes, and I'm never going to get on one again unless it's a matter of life and death. Do not like flying or travel at all. Beer or wine, I am a wine appreciator. Wouldn't call myself an aficionado, as I'm a coffee aficionado. I don't know a heck of a lot about wine, but I live in wine country and I know what I like. Beer just tastes like sweaty socks as far as I'm concerned. Mild or hot salsa? I hate salsa and I hate spicy foods, even mild spicy ones, so the answer to that is just a no, no, no. Waffles or pancakes? I have spent a lot of time eating pancakes throughout my life, but if I really think about it, it's waffles as my favorite. Favorite holiday? Now, for selfish reasons, my favorite holiday is actually Mother's Day, because it's a day that my kids have to spend some time with me. It's the only time I can get them both to talk to me and possibly treat me a little better than usual. And I get presents, so you can't not like a day that you get presents. And finally, the final question is smooth or crunchy, and I'm going to presume they mean peanut butter, and that is definitely smooth. And that's all there is. And I finished the picture at the same time, so I hope you enjoyed us doing number 9. Let's take a look at number 10. Ooh, the Gingerman house. Or not the Gingerman. Gingermen may live in there, but it is the gingerbread house. So, I will close for today. I think I have said what I have to say, and hopefully tomorrow I'll actually have some things to say, because I will have missed a day of saying what happened. Anyways, I always start to blab when I'm closing up. So we're done. I hope you enjoyed the little tag questions, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. So we will see you then. Toodaloo. And we are back for another day. It is Thursday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm doing good. Getting this done before nighttime. So, yeah, well, let's get into it. First of all, I wanted to show you what I've been working on because I uploaded a flip through of this the other day. I have been on and off as to whether I wanted to get one of these. There are 3 of them now, and I didn't want them. Then I saw them done, and I did, and I thought, well, you don't like doing the X method for grids, so what makes this different? And I'm like, well, there's actually an X there. These were made to be done with X's. And because, I mean, one of the things I don't like about the X method, I know tons of people like it, and I'm not saying, you know, if you like it, that's great and fantastic, you know. But for me, I don't think that they, like, I can't see half of them. I can't see what they're supposed to be. I think they're more pixelated rather than like actually showing up the picture. And so I thought, well, these are actually made with X's, so they won't be as pixelated because they're made that way. So anyways, I thought, well, it's Christmas, let's try it, because you know I'm a color by number person, and this is a color by symbol. So anyways, I did my first one, and oh my God, guys, it was so relaxing. I was watching a show on my laptop, and I'm just like cross, cross, cross as I'm watching the show. It was just, I just loved it. So this is the one I did, and no problems. It was easy enough to do. I started with the symbols that were easy for me to tell. There's some of the symbols are a little bit alike, like there's a triangle pointing up, but then there's an arrow pointing up, and they're very similar because they are faint. So if you have eye problems, you're going to need to use magnifiers. I do have one of those headband magnifying things, and I thought I would have to use it, but I didn't. So I use reading glasses, so my eyes aren't the best, but yeah, I managed by starting, because you have your picture over here, so you know, if you can't tell what what these yellow symbols are, you at least know that those 2 are going to be yellow, and then, you know, you go on from there. But anyways, yeah, so that was fun. But what I found out was that it bleeds through onto this. Well, I mean, this isn't something new that I found out, but it bleeds through to this side, and it obliterates the picture for you to tell what the next thing is. And I've got ink, sometimes dark ink, in these spaces, and they're hard enough to tell what they are without having trying to guess when it's like partial. The worst ones are the ones that are partially filled in. So I thought, that's no good. I don't even think I can do this one. So I decided instead to start at the back, because then it would go through it backwards. So this is the one I'm working on now. And it's very simple, like 2 colors, and it's just like X, 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 and you just get into a zone. It was amazing. So now, when I do the next one, I'll do the next one here, this will be covered up. And it doesn't matter because I've done that one. So yeah, this is the way I'll be doing these from now on, is backwards. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that and tell you my opinion of the book. So here we are, back with our Inky Advent Calendar. And number 10 today is the Gingerbread Man. And I have just picked out all the colorful colors that the candies can be, and I got a brown because I want the walls to be gingerbread cookie stuff. So we're going to start with the brown, and then I'll just pick random colors to make it nice and colorful. Oh, I also have a silver marker to go around the smoke there. So we are going to zoom in, and now we are going to work on this one. So my life continues to be very monotonous. Same thing, day after day. I don't do much besides, like yesterday, I literally got up, did a couple of things, then I came into my room, and you know I get up early. If I sleep in till 7, it's like, I have slept in. Usually I'm up between 4 and 5. Oh, I'm leaving terrible spots on this one. I think that when I go in circles, I color better with gel pen, so I need to start doing that, circles. Where was I? Let's see, how did that turn out? Well, I left a big one there. Yeah, that's much better. So, yeah, so then I came into my room here, sat down at my desk, and literally colored all day long. Got up every now and then for a little walk and stretched my hands and stuff, but basically it was sitting here coloring and first of all watching anything new that had come up on my YouTube stream, and then watching a show that, what is happening here? I have had so much trouble with gel pens just not working for me. I don't know if it's because they're old that they stop working, but anyways. Then the show that I'm I was watching on YouTube. One of the things that I was watching, like I watched all my color tubers, but I also belong to several true crime. Well, I don't belong to. I subscribe to several true crime channels, and I was watching Stephanie Harlow because she did a 3-parter. I don't know if it was, yeah, I think it's been over this week. She's done a 3-parter on the yogurt shop murders, which I had never heard of. They happened in, I don't know. I can't remember American places and stuff. They just, where was it, Georgia? No, don't take that. I actually have no idea where it took place. But it was really interesting because I had never heard of that case, and it is unsolved to this day, and it happened in, I think they said 1989. And then I went to watch a program that I've been watching, Evil Lives Here. I found out I had the last 2 seasons to watch, so I've been catching up with that. Yesterday, I've been binge watching it over the last few days, but I binge watched. Is that not what I just said, that I binge watched it the last couple of days? So I did that yesterday, and I got myself up to where I have 1 episode left, and I'm going to watch that in not too long. I just refreshed my YouTube stream, and it looks like there's some new stuff there. So we'll see if it's anything that I'm interested in. And I've been doing a lot of YouTube watching, but I haven't been doing very much commenting. So if I'm a person who comments on your, what should we do with green? Green and yellow? Yeah. If I'm a person who does comment on your channel occasionally or regularly or whatever, and you haven't seen me lately, it's not because I'm not watching. It's just that I don't know. I go through these moods where my whole life is going through moods. But anyways, I go through these moods where I comment on every single thing I watch. And then I go through periods where I don't comment anything. I always like, if I'm at your site, I like. Occasionally I forget to like, and sometimes I find myself saying, did I like that one? And going back to it to do the like. But there will be one every now and then that I forget to like. But generally you can take it as being that I am one of your people who liked. So yeah, don't worry that if I'm not commenting right now on your channel. I will be again soon. Soon you'll be seeing me there all the time again. And I did comment a bit today, so maybe I'm going to get back into a commenting mood. It's kind of like my social attitude, is that every once in a while, and this is much further apart, every once in a while I will not mind being social, and I'll be able to do a few things and go a few places and that sort of thing. It'll just be like a mood that I get into, and it's like, let's go do stuff. And then I go back to normal, and I don't want to do stuff. There has been a lot of talk recently, since it's the new year, about how about how things have changed for you since COVID, and what are some good things that happened during it, and how did you cope with this and that and the other, and all this kind of talk and stuff, in anticipation of the new year coming around and being better. People are kind of summing up their COVID experience, and I feel kind of bad, because personally, me alone, COVID hasn't affected, except for having to wear a mask, and I don't go out much, so, and I don't mind wearing a mask. I actually like it. If I can get away with it after COVID and I can still wear a mask, I probably will, because I like it. It makes it easier for me to go out in public. It is like a wall between me and the public, and it's kind of like it keeps them, well, I know people are keeping their distance anyways, but I feel like I've got a distance between me and the person, and that there's this barrier so that they won't get too close and invade my personal space, or just touch me, or just something that I don't like. So yeah, wearing a mask in the future will definitely be something that I will be trying to get away with. So yeah, and being stuck in the house, I'm always stuck in the house, and I don't feel stuck. It's where I like to be. And you know, since I don't do all sorts of things, I haven't had to get used to new routines. My routine's exactly the same. The only thing that I've had to deal with personally for COVID is worrying about my other family members. Okay, so that's snow on the top there. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Let's do the inside windows yellow. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I know I've got too much yellow in this now. Yeah, like for my son, he wasn't able to volunteer, and he's still not. Nowhere's taking volunteers during this. And his school was canceled for the first wave. I guess we can call it the first and second waves. His school was canceled for the first wave, and so he's autistic, and he's like me and would rather be alone and do on his own things than be with other people. And, you know, I don't want him to have to spend his life like mine. You know, I want him to be able to get out there and at least have the opportunities to make a friend. You know, if it's something that he doesn't want to do, then, you know, that's fine. But I think he should at least be in situations where it's possible to happen. And, yeah, so I worry for him. He is back to school now. They didn't, when things were winding down the first time, they, what did I do with that with? Pink? I don't think red's going to make much of a difference, so let's put some blue in here. Yeah, I think I finished that thought. And then my husband, he works in a grocery store, so of course I'm worried about that. Let's have a bright purple door. I mean, every day he goes to work, and I worry that, you know, he's going to come in contact with someone, because, I mean, there's all sorts of crazy things that go on in grocery stores. With people not following, you can't even see my doorknob now, oh well. With people not following the rules, you know, his chance of contacting it is something that I worry about. So other than my concern for my family, it hasn't really bothered me much, and, you know, I feel kind of bad about that, you know, everybody else has, you know, these drastic things that they had to go through, and it's just pretty much close to normal for me. Don't know what I'm going to do with that snow. Maybe we can just do it silver too, like, it's too small. Yeah, let's just put that. Yeah, that turned out well. So anyways, I didn't want this to turn into something depressing, but I don't think that was depressing. That's just, you know, reality, my everyday life type thing. So I'm just about finished here, so I don't want to start getting into a new topic to talk about, so let's just finish up. And I guess I'll do the couple of dots that are here. And that makes her finished. So there she is, number 10. So we just have 2 left. 11 is what? Okay, so we've got the Santa sleigh with gifts in it tomorrow, so that will be very colorful. And then the gingerbread man, and we will have our first page done. And then there will only be 12 more days till Christmas, and we can start on this page. Looks like some fun ones on here. I like coloring snow globes. Mittens. Well, that one's going to be pretty simple. Good. Okay, well, I hope you're enjoying yourself listening to today's vlog. And I'm just going to quickly say goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. So, be there or be square. Bye. Hi, here we go. This is Friday, the last day to chat, and it is 6:53 p.m. So I was a bad girl and didn't get to this first thing. Instead, I have procrastinated and left it until near the end of the day. Well, it's dark. I don't like filming when it's dark, so yeah. So hopefully everything, the lighting is okay and we can see here. So today is, oh, first of all, let me show you what my last picture was. I like doing this. I like showing you the last picture I was working, that I was working or am working on. So I just finished this before I came on, and I did this. I bought the PDF of Hannah's Whimsy Christmas, and she has revised it, so if you go to her website you can buy the PDF, and she has made the file so that there is a detailed picture, which this is, and a simple picture of all of the ones. She's also revised the Halloween one. The Halloween one, she's also changed up some of the art. In the Halloween one, there is some really thick line art, and she's changed that, so it's not so big. So hopefully she's going through now and doing all of them. I don't know why she's not making the files, changing the Amazon books to the same format, but maybe she will when she's done. Who knows? But anyways, I wonder if you looking at this you have seen the mistake I made. Just in case you haven't, it's right here. Now that you've seen it, it's pretty hard not to see it. I accidentally got some red paint on her. I got it on my hand, and then I got it on her arm. So, I mean, what could I do at this stage? I was all done. I was just putting the red dots on. So, I didn't have any flesh-colored Posca or paint pens. And, oh, you know what? I didn't look at my new ones. I bet you I do have one. Yeah, it looks like I have one that's close. But anyways, I put some white Posca on there, a thin layer, covered it up, then went over it with the alcohol marker. Now, the alcohol marker, the more I put on, it started to break up the paint. So I just left it as it is, and I am calling that a birthmark. She was born with that birthmark, and she is a little bit self-conscious about it, so I don't say anything. We don't need to talk about her birthmark. Okay, guys, so we will zoom in on the sleigh full of gifts. So, I am going to do a red sleigh because, well, just because. It has to be a red sleigh. So this logging on every day I've really enjoyed. I think I already talked about this, but just having gone through another week of it, I really like it. Just coming on and doing a little something. Hopefully I've managed to stay on a little longer this time so that the full vlog takes up more than an hour. Because I notice if I make the shorter I make them, the less people watch them. Seems to be if If they're, it seems to be if they're the hour and a half point, I get more hits, so. But I'm not going to do anything to make these ones that long. If they don't turn out that way, I'm just going to try and talk a little bit longer, but really it's just all a matter of how long it takes to color the picture. Because this is like a little break for me. And it's kind of, I'm going to do this through December, and then first week of January we'll be back to normal. But what color should the bottom of the sleigh be? Because it won't look right if it's, let's do yellow, and then I'm going to use silver for the, so I think I've got a variety of gel pens this time. I've got Ain Art, which are the worst ones I have. I have Pen and Gear, and I have Tan Mitt, and I know, oh no, it's not. It's Ain Art. I don't have any Tan Mitts. Yeah, so I've got 3 Ain Art, 2 Pen and Gear, and then for my silver I'm going to use the Sharpie Silver Metallic. I bought that, I'm not sure if I bought it last month or a month before. Not too long ago that I bought it. I just wanted to try it. I went through a period there where I was buying different brands of metallic markers to see which ones were the best. And I already had the Winsor & Newton Pro Marker metallic set. My son had given that to me as a birthday present one year. And oh, this one's leaving lines. I hate it when it does that. So, yeah, so I found out that my favorite ones were really the Sergeant Art ones, if you can believe that. But now that I've tried this, there is nothing that has the shine of the Sharpie. So if you just want a silver or a gold metallic marker, stick with the Sharpie ones. So I've ordered a gold one now to come in, because these are, like, they are shiny. It's probably not too visible in this light, yeah. But yeah, and they don't tear up the paper either. Not that the Sergeant Art ones do, and well, I mean, they will if you keep going over the same spot, but it's not a big problem with them. Alright, so it's just going to be like it was yesterday with putting color everywhere. But I'm not too crazy on how the house turned out looking at it again, but the gingerbread house. Okay, so let's go with red ribbons. I love red ribbons. Or how about let's do red and green ribbons. So that one's red. This one's red. Okay, this one's got one of those big long ones. Let's do it red. One, two, three. Okay, so let's do red and let's do green. So I've done a lot of pencil pictures recently. I've just come back to doing some marker ones. But I'm doing really good with my Christmas coloring. I'm like, it's only the 11th and I'm zooming right along. I still got a big bundle there, but I've made a big dent in it. Okay, so what haven't I used? Orange and blue. Bleu et orange. That's my fancy French accent. Yeah, I guess this is a big present that just goes down. Don't have a lot to say, but what else is new? So I'm looking forward to the new year and getting back to coloring the requests that you guys made for me on things that you'd like to see me do on the channel. So I've got a couple left, and I think, as I've already said, that I will be doing a picture in A Walk in Eden. I think I'm going to use a combination of watercolors and pencils. I kind of feel like that's a book that should be done from the beginning, because it's kind of like a story. But I don't know, I'll have to take a look and see what the first page is. Alright, that's enough of the orange. Let's go... Yeah, let's do one red present, and then I think I'll get the red out of here, because there's enough red in it. That's the color that I missed putting out on the gingerbread house. I wonder if I should do all those little dotties around it with the silver. Alright, so, oh, yellow. There's no yellow on this except for the bottom of the sleigh. Alright, let's color this one in then. This is, what is this one? Oh, it's a name art. Yeah, this isn't a very good pen. Trying to hold it very lightly against the paper, but it's still leaving lines. That's a sign of a bad pen. So you will have seen my 10 books to finish in 2021 video by now. And I'm really looking forward to having some books to concentrate on, because it's going to help me to do more than one page in a book at a time. And I am I'm so flighty with my coloring. I do one picture in this book, one picture in this book, one picture in this book, and so I end up doing one picture in a zillion books, and you know, you don't get to spend time in a book and enjoy it and come to love it. But in October, I definitely started doing some love to a book. That was It's Fall, Y'all. I loved that book so much. Alright, so what color should I color the last present? It's got a red ribbon. Okay, it can't be orange because it'd be touching an orange one. It could be yellow, but I don't like the yellow pen very much. There's already 3 blue ones. Oh yeah, there isn't a green one. It's going to be next to a green ribbon though. That's okay. So I want you guys to think, and remember to put down anything that you would like to see me do in the new year. Books to color in, just videos about something, Okay, I think I'm going to do the triangles orange. No, that doesn't go good with silver. Blue. Yeah, anything you'd like to see me do so that I have some ideas for videos in the future. Come, like in the new year. And now that this week's vlog is coming down to an end with these little bits right here, I want you guys to say the word. Type the word sleigh. As in the, well, let's call it a sled, because there's different ways to spell sleigh. So let's call it a sled. So if you've watched all the way through this, put the word sled, and then I'll get to see that you were here with me at the end. And I thank you very much for being here. I have enjoyed my stay with you this week. And just a couple more weeks left, and then Christmas will be over and we can get back to the daily routine. And there, so over the weekend I'll be starting the new page. I'll be finishing this one with the Gingerbread Man. Looking forward to that. And then I'll be starting the first one on here, but I don't know which one it is, so I'm not looking. Okay guys, thank you so much for visiting. I really enjoyed my time with you. Take care, stay safe, and keep on coloring. Until next time guys, bye!